Right? The whole argument here for the first half of the 11th chapter seems to be just trying to change that behavior. Now, why might Paul want to change that behavior? Why might Paul be worried about women not wearing covering for their head? One reason might be Jewish custom that is not being observed by these Corinthian Gentile Christians. Another explanation might be that there is a there is an order to the outside society that is possibly uh, catching Paul's ear and eye. In another place in Romans chapter 13, he's going to say to the Roman church in the capital of the empire, uh, the rulers were put here by God, so we obey them. They're here for our good and all of that. Even though he goes to prison a lot of times, it may be that he is trying to sort of fit an outer order and choose his battles. Right now in American politics, people are choosing their battles, trying to figure out what are the most important issues to stand on or to oppose. And it may be that Paul is doing that, and the place of women is a matter to him in this moment. But whatever the cause, he throws a lot of things at this issue, and it can seem like he is setting a hierarchy that is going to pertain in all parts of life. But then again, chapter 7 rings out with its equality, and I want to go to that passage I mentioned in chapter 14 because it's an important thing to realize that we can get so caught in the issue of, does Paul mean veils like Mennonite women wear or Amish women wear, or does Paul mean hair? Or there's just been a whole lot of ink spilt on this. By the way, some of the best ink spilt on it that I've found is a dissertation by Antoinette Weyer that turned into a book called Corinthian Women Prophets: A Reconstruction Through Paul's Rhetoric. It's a worthwhile read if this chapter and topic really interest you. But the thing that we can miss if we get too involved in whether the Amish are right or not, or whether this is about hair length or hats, uh, is that Paul is talking to women in Corinth who are actively exercising the gift of prophecy, and he loves that they're doing that. He just needs them to array themselves differently. And that's important because, of course, 3 chapters later, we're going to get one of the resounding uh, passages from Paul that have made people think that Paul wants women to be quiet in churches and not lead men and not teach men. So we should notice women are prophesying in the Christian group at Corinth with Paul's full blessing. And then we'll go to 14:1, where it's not just one of the gifts of the Spirit that we'll get to next week. Prophecy is in Paul's 14:1 is the especial gift, the gift that he's trying to woo more Corinthians to exercise. Follow the way of love, says Paul, wrapping up 13, and eagerly desired the gifts of the Spirit, especially prophecy. So we're going to hear that this is the A1 gift. This is the one Paul is most lobbying with the Corinthians to embrace and use if they've got the gift. Women are prophesying, which is the prime gift in Paul's mind.